Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
Hi, I've only just joined.
Only just joined.
Uh,
Why are you laughing? What's funny?
oh, wait. I'll do my obligatory at the beginning of the stream. Professional streamer.
Why are we being so mean right now?
Yeah,
Oh,
why
look,
would
it's
we
right
do
here.
that?
Yeah, we're so mean. And Scott is the midget. Scott, thanks, Anno. Fucker. Anyways, I saw a light turn on down here, but I didn't see a person come down. Did my wife creep by and I didn't notice?
Have you played
Brett?
Phantasmphobia?
I did. I played it one night. It was okay.
Because I
Oh,
hear
you
you
are here.
shouldn't call
Hi.
it. I heard you shouldn't call out their names like that into the darkness.
Oh, you think
No.
she's a ghost, a specter,
Yeah.
a phantom?
I mean,
An
it makes a
Oni?
lot of sense, doesn't it?
Why does that make sense?
Well, how long's she been with you?
Over 10 years?
I'll rest my case.
Wow. Well, that's the funny thing is like I stream in the I'm in the basement all the time. I don't believe in ghosts, so the game is only really spooky after you get used to it. When you play by yourself, it's not spooky when you're. Why are we talking about that? You're just trying to distract me from what you're going through. Oh no, Neil.
I don't know what you're on about.
Oh no. This is not gonna work. You must pay the piper. And by the piper, I mean a big glob.
Which of these do you
creature.
think is bigger?
Oh, the one that isn't in your pants.
Oh. Well, you're right.
Oh my god. So yeah, you to recap what happened to you last session. You traveled to the ziggurat. You were attacked by 12 men outside of it. You killed 11 of them. Were attacked by 2 beans, killed 1 of them, and then went into the place. There you explored a little bit. Ilen stuck his hand into some water, and then you made some, we're going to use the word friends. You didn't get your axe back. You did do a bit of research. You went upstairs. You attuned yourself to the ability to kind of like teleport around at great distances, and then you went all to the top. Spoke to somebody by the name of Deus Ex Machina, and then had a big gigantic gloop creature go on top of you, and then dissipated, like just kind of. And where we pick up for you, Raerin, you see 2 different things. One, you feel all of the oozy, goopy, grossiness on you, kind of like lifting you up out of the ground, almost like you're being raised out of a sewer grate as you are being pulled into this plane. And then the creature that has you caught in its like nasty jelly-like nature kind of like pulls itself off of you, so you can, kind of like stand there and you have a film of that nasty ooze all over your body. It's gross. So you kind of like looking at yourself like, oh, just seeing it kind of like
I
sliding
get
about.
Matrix burst, yeah.
Yeah.
I like flop out my thing and I'm like, bleh.
And then looking about the area around you, you can see it looks like you're inside of a giant cave. Like there's no sky overhead. It's just a giant cave that you're in, and every wall of the cave is covered in like a oozing goopy slime. Even the bottom of the cave where you're standing has a bit of a film to it, kind of like if you're walking through like a Zerg area, right? Like a bit of a film to it that comes up about ankle deep for you, and we know Raerin wears heeled boots. About ankle deep for Raerin is about where it is in its. Sorry, weird. Oh. So I responded to a text message from noon yesterday, just now. So, anyways, about ankle deep is where the film is, and overhead you can see that there's a film along the ceiling, and in some points it kind of like gathers together, and it's slowly drooping down like a snot, just waiting to almost like forming stalactites. and then finally, eventually, just goes bloop, and hits the ground below with like a bit of a splatter, and you kind of like caught the first one that gloops down, catches you off guard because you hear this like loud booming kind of like kind of noise as you like turn around and look, and you see that that's what happened. And these gloops aren't small. Like one of those gloops are big enough to fill a room like about the size that you're in. You know what I mean? So one of those hitting you would hurt, as well as potentially drowning inside of it, which is nasty. You see before you that there is that one creature that kind of like floops you through. You can go ahead and roll me an insight check, sense motive check really quickly, but you do have a big penalty to this, so you just roll it. I'll tell you your result.
Can you tell what the slime is thinking?
No,
Yes.
not at all what it's thinking, but you can tell with the way that it's moving away from you, you can tell clearly what had happened when all of your friends were trying to help you before. They definitely injured this thing, because it is the way it's moving away from you. I mean, you don't really have much experience with sludgy, slimy creatures, but it's moving stranger than you would expect. Like, it seems to be favoring one side, dragging itself forward. You can see big kind of gashes into it and whatnot. You can see scorch marks from where the burning the scorching ray had hit the thing. The thing is clearly very injured from when your friends attacked it. This is what you see with your eyes.
Can we're gonna change Regicide crew were teammates during that period.
Friends. But if you guys want to clip that for it and send it over to Rena, that would be awesome. Thank you very much. Did you listen to the spoiler cast yet?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh man, Messy's so funny.
I did enjoy it. It was good.
Yeah, he was ragging on you so bad. It was so good.
What do you mean? No, he wasn't. In what way was
points.
he? What way was he
Multiple
ragging on
points.
Raerin? Scott.
Multiple. I didn't necessarily say Raerin, but he did rag on Raerin too.
Oh man.
So you do realize you and Raerin are not the same. You don't have a magic sword that talks to you. You know that, right? Chloe.
I'm sorry, Twitch terms of service.
Anyway, so that's what you see with your eyes. You hear with your ears. Oh, the smell is very what's the word I'm looking for? It's like acidic. It's a very acidic kind of smell that's here. Luckily, nothing's like burning you, but it's a very acidic kind of smell here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm saying the wrong word. Alkaline kind of smell here. So the opposite. It's a very alkaline kind of smell here. It has that like almost like a baking soda sort of. You know how things that are very alkaline have like a bit of like a strange like of aroma to them. Anyways, so moving on. What you see with your mind is so much. Still being attuned to that statue. As part of the traversing from there to here, you can still see so much with your mind. You can feel out the entire floor plan of where you are right now. You can see all of the floor. Oh my God. You can see with your eyes all the goopy that's covering the entire floor, but this is not a uniform floor. There's little dips and pitfalls and whatnot. There's legit craters and holes like inside the floor, but you can't see that with your eyes because it just has the same pretty level film of ooze right across the top, right? But you can see with your minds that this place stretches out. This cave, this cavern is huge, and it stretches out even further and further beyond and beyond and beyond. You can see a full like 2D map of the area around you. And it stretches on for a considerable distance. This is very unusual because when you were inside of the temple before, you could only see one level at a time and only within the temple. Here you can see so many places. It can go so far. Raerin, what's the first thing you say or do?
I think like everything that just happened. This giant slime creature is now just wandering off like nothing happened.
Yep.
And he'd shout at it. He'd say, "So you're just leaving me?"
It would call. I would respond back saying, "Coming for you."
It's coming for me.
Mm-hmm.
You'll come back?
It jiggles. Sorry.
Others are coming for me.
It flubs.
I guess Raerin would... Let's just have a check. In the previous temple, the temple was a linchpin between planes.
Mm-hmm.
He could sense most planes.
Mm-hmm.
Can he still sense other planes, or just this?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, thought so. Raerin would speed up his pace to catch up with the giant slime.
You don't have to walk if you don't want to. You're welcome to charge through. You can also just, if you wanted to, but or you can walk there. So you're just kind of like waiting your way
Well, if
through.
I don't use my power,
Mhm.
then it lasts longer.
Yes. Totally.
I
how
mean,
it
that's what you said last time.
Totally how it works. So so you kind of like trudge through. You've waded through water beforehand, but this is much thicker. You almost by the third or fourth step, you can already start feeling it in your thighs, your quads. You're like, woo, getting a workout today, boys. As you're pulling your foot free from the slime and stepping forward. To say that this is rough terrain is generous. You walk over towards the slime, and do you say anything else?
Where are you going?
I need rest.
Well, there must be somewhere that you can see the sky from here.
I've never seen it.
You're telling me that this entire plane is like this?
You think it's a laugh?
You really just laughed at me. The creature who's stuck here for all eternity. Who is it that's coming for me?
One of the princes.
One of the princes. What do they want with me?
They went back that you stole.
Stole. So you're one of the archaic fools that think gods have a right to souls.
I do what's told.
I suppose there's little point in conversing with a lackey then.
I would want the thing to backhand you just because I want to, but these creatures aren't very emotional, so it falls on deaf ears.
The slime face goes. It's just like a dot in a straight line. It just goes. Can Raerin sense a way where he's not in a cave?
You'll have to take a moment and really think that out. Roll me an intelligence checks. Also, I like what Steve's doing here. Can we get some more hype ghosts in chat? Can we get lots and lots of hype? Can we spam chat with hype ghosts? Is that an option?
What's a hype ghost?
Oh, you'll see in a moment.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
We just need more of those. We need as
Yeah,
many
fair
of those
enough,
as
fair
we
enough.
can get.
That's his face. That's his face. I suppose there's no point talking to a lackey, and he just turns around. It's like.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Anyways, do you have hype ghost, Neil? By the way.
Let me find out. Hype ghost. No. I don't have hype ghost, I'm afraid.
Okay, hold on. There we go. Cool. So, yeah, so you actually are spend a moment and you're really thinking into yourself, and you realize Yeah, there are a few different places. Oh, Daelric bot doesn't have it. So there are a few different places where you can believe that it opens up just based off the curvature, the way the ground looks, so on and so forth. You believe there's a couple of areas that open up to the sky. You can be there in a moment if you wanted to, but you think there's areas that open up to what's above and beyond.
I'd like to be there, but I'd also like to move there in the distinct knowledge that I'd like to place myself in a position where I'm not going to become into the entry point of all slime into the realm. You know, like, oh yeah, this place opens up and it's just a hole, and he just appears right here and just.
He's just sitting at the bottom of like a soft serve.
Yeah, he's just like has one split second to go. Oh fuck.
One Raerin, two slime. No, so, anyways, yeah, you know where I was going with that. I love thank you for coffee. Thank you. I got a big old mug of hocus pocus. So, anyways, yeah, you, sir, are, so what do you want to do to try to avoid that being the scenario?
Now I've identified the location. I can sense the bumps, the ups and downs.
Yeah, that location's not close to here. It's a good like a good distance between you and there. My apologies. Go ahead.
So I can attempt to place myself in an area of the topography that I think either would not be in the slime pore or in a slime river or some such, you know.
Yeah, you can go for like a higher altitude as close to there as possible. Yeah, sure. So you kind of like think for a second. It's one of those things where it's absolutely ridiculous. Again, it's almost like if you're playing a video game, you unlock the entire level's map all at once. Like it's like, whoa, so cool. As opposed to doing Diablo style, you have to explore through and mini map as you go. So anyways, you and just all of a sudden, you know, you appear where you want to. God, it's jarring teleportation. This is not something that you're super familiar with, right? So as soon as you land, I just need me to make a reflex save.
Oh boy.
Hey!
I rolled a 2.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So, anyways, you, all of a sudden you teleport, you land, but there's a bit of an incline on, because again, it's like a higher point, bit of an incline, and it's just with there being the slime, with it being so slippery, and you just kind of like land inside the slime. So if you weren't already covered in it before from the way that the guy had transported you here, you have a new fresh layer of slime on the back of your head, inside your collar, down your ass, so on and so forth. It's like, oh, you have to stick your hand in the stuff and kind of like, you know, pull yourself out of it to stand up and just kind of get it off of your hands and look about annoyed. You can see that inside the area where you expected it to be a big opening to the sky, you look up. It's so dark up there. You're like, is that the sky up there? I can't see. It goes on so high and it's so dark. You're not entirely sure if it's the sky, but then you think for a moment, looking at the walls and everything around you, and you come to realize, no, that's not the sky up above. I'm just in an even bigger cavern. Like, this cavern is just so enormous that the ceiling to it, who knows high above you are. Boom! You can imagine the size of the gloop and the distance by which it fell from the ceiling inside here. Not
This
where
one just
you
got
are.
slime nuked.
A little distance away. As it's like, you see it fall, you're like, oh shit. As it, all of a sudden it's like literally a house being dropped from the ceiling. As this huge amount just like it hits the ground. Oh, it's so nasty as it explodes everywhere. Even you, with the great distance you are from it, get a little bit of the spray over at you. And you can see that the ground itself, because the ground itself is made level by the amount of ooze that's there, that it has a bit of a wave to it. Like it literally causes like a wave to happen. It's the whole place is just affected by the fall.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's yummy.
Remember that next time you have a cold or COVID. So, what do you do, Raerin? What's the plan here?
All right. Raerin will.
Slime tsunami. Slime nami.
He will find a place to sit.
He finds a place to sit down.
Yep.
So you want to find a place where it's a little thinner.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of think about for a second, and you're like, I think I found a spot, not in this room, but in a different room, different cavern, that has a pretty high altitude. Hopefully that's where you're going to be able to relax. You know, you teleport to the location. Honestly, Raerin, not a bad call. You're above most of the slime. Where it is that you chose to teleport, it's slick. There's a film to it. You know what I mean? Kind of like, dew in a morning or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not literally like inches or centimeters or whatever of thickness. It's actual. It's dry. Like if you throw a blanket on top of it, you'd be fine.
Raerin would then like to get out a book, his quill, and begin writing down the entire map of this place.
So, funny thing about getting out a book is your hands are wet and sticky.
I can prestidigitation that off.
Okay. So you prestidigitation, you like spray your goop everywhere, and to get it off your hands.
I spray my goop everywhere
to get it off your hands.
To get it off my hands.
Good job. Good job. And then you handle your quill, and you're all right, Neil?
I see how this session's going. Oh boy.
I just imagine sometimes Chloe walks by the room as you say stuff, and she's just like,
Thankfully, she's out.
Brittany's not surprised by anything anymore. So, anyways, you do that. You sit down and you start trying to draft up a map. Go ahead while you're drafting up a map. This is like a calligraphy sort of a thing. This is going to be technically a craft, so it's an intelligence check.
Mm-hmm.
After you do that, while you're sitting there and thinking, I want you to go ahead and roll me a knowledge planes.
Nice.
Super good map. Super
fantastic.
Good. It's like I drew the map.
Literally like a stick figure. It's like a circle, and there's a little circle with a face in it, with a dot with a line to it saying "Angry Slime Portal Man." Right, knowledge planes. Jeez.
I know. How did I get messy up so early, Josh? It's crazy.
We all know how he got messy up.
Touche. Oh, you have a plus 15? Are you happy with your hold on one second, sorry. Are you happy?
I mean,
with
like,
your,
yes, I've only got 3 daddy's dice, and I need to ration them carefully between me and Jake.
I love that you call them daddy's dice. Daddy's dice are mine, baby, and I've got more than you.
Well, of course you do.
You are here. Tosses the book into the slime. Awesome. So anyways, so you draw out the image, you do the best you can, and while you're sitting there thinking about it, you come to the realization, you're like, slime plane. Where is the plane of slime or ooze? The plane of ooze. It exists
it's between the water and the earth.
Between the water and the earth plane. So you know in your mind, you know that with that being said, between the water and the earth plane, if somebody was keen enough, they might be able to find the boundary between this plane and the next one, because this is not just a typical plane. It's not like the fire plane, water plane, something like that, right? This is a plane that actually relies on the existence of the other two to exist, right? This is what you would call a para-elemental plane. So there are ways to get to the other planes from this one, if only you can find them. They're going to be difficult. Obviously, for you personally, you know where you would like to go. Probably, if you had to be in a plane of choice that isn't the material one, probably negative energy, right?
Yep.
You know you can exist there comfortably. You were given some sort of magics to allow you to do so, so on and so forth. The issue is, once again, thinking about the way that you guys have studied
These
this
are outer
before.
planes, and I'd have to get to it.
No,
Well,
you're
they're
inner
elemental
planes,
planes,
yeah.
and I'd have to get to an inner.
Yeah, they're all inner planes. They're all inner. Yep.
These ones, do they step directly over?
So the ooze does definitely step to the water and the earth. And
Yeah, but I mean, does like water or earth step directly over to negative or positive?
yeah, so you know because you've been inside the water temple before, where you read those pillars. Now that you have a stronger understanding of what it was that was read off of those pillars, is that the water plane does. You don't know how you would get there, but the water plane steps into the salt plane, and the salt plane steps into the negative energy plane. So in theory, because you don't know where the earth plane goes. You don't understand it well enough.
Acid, possibly, and I'd rather choose salt than acid.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. So just kind of like thinking to yourself, drawing out this map. But the reason why the map ends up coming up terribly is because you're kind of distracted thinking about.
It just ends up idly doodling.
You're thinking about where it is, not where you've been, but where it is that you might be going. So kind of contemplating a course of action if you could choose one. Ooze to water to salt to negative. That's kind of where you're sitting there thinking, if this is possible, if I can find boundaries, that's where I want to go. The problem with trying to find boundaries is what, Raerin? Do you know what the problem is?
Well, I'm not Perrin, so I understand them.
Wow. Is that why Raerin always just stands there while you're peeing? I said Raerin, I meant Ilen. Like, he just kind of like walks up and he's like, so listen, this morning, you're like, you think I can have a moment? And he's like, yeah, have all the moments you need. So what I was going to say was, like, no, I mean, like, right now.
Oh, Ilen,
sorry.
this is an invasion of my privacy. And he's like, invasion's good. Oh, God. Indoctrination's so good.
Anyway, so continuing on. The issue is that each plane itself is infinitely large. So trying to find something in infinity is not exactly easy. All right, you finish drawing out your map. You look down at it. You realize exactly how dissatisfying it is. You compare it to the image in your mind, and you're like, "Yeah, this isn't good."
He'd close his book, clasp it, and shove it back in his pack, and seal his pack carefully, as carefully as he can. Adjusts, like, pulls his sweater out, puts it on the top.
It's a cardigan.
Of course. What else do you have for when you're doing some late night reading about devils? You gotta wear your cardigan. Come on.
So what does Raerin do from here?
On my current ability, it functions as a form of sight, right? My ability to sense the entire plane. It's like a mind's eye.
Kind of, yeah, it is, yes. But mind you can only see the landscape. You can't see peoples that might exist. You can't see like organic material inside of it.
So there's most likely an area where the energy from the water plane pours in, and an area where the energy from the earth plane pours in.
Or multiple, yes.
Or, yeah, perhaps multiple, which is possibly even better. Now, finding them. If I was to say, comparing my mind's map, if I was to say this area had a core, does it look like it would be a palatial structure? Or does it look like it's a functional? Is it like a large, I'm thinking like is perhaps there a large pit where the energies of the water plane and the earth plane mix to make slime energy.
So the issue with trying to answer that question is what your mind can stretch out and see great distances. It can't see for eternity because Raerin is not infinitely intelligent. So his mind can only perceive so far out.
So if I was to, I mean, this is a theory that I'm just going to go ahead. Raerin doesn't know how this is going to interact because obviously it's not a rules as written thing because there's no interaction between this. This directly affects his sight for within 120 feet.
Correct.
If he closes his eyes, does it also affect his current third eyesight within 120 feet?
I would say no, because that sight is literally again for like spaces and the ability to travel to or from them.
That's fair. That's fair. So I've got about 9 minutes of this bad boy. So I can detect magics, but I can't detect elemental powers, so it's not of particular use. You cold?
What was that?
You cold, Scott?
It's just early.
Just hop in, get the slime's the perfect temperature. It's just right.
Actually, you're not wrong. It's like a nice lukewarm.
Body temp slime.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where having a good soak would probably be really good for like exfoliation or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those like mud baths.
I guess he's in as good a place as any. This creature has to come find him at some point. He'd try and get some rest.
Awesome. So Raerin chooses to just kind of like, I guess, ball up some slime and make a bit of a goop pillow, or does he sleep with his backpack as his headrest?
You know, like a power washer. He's like prestidigitation. An area of the floor, pushes it back a little bit, gets his backpack down, and curls up, I guess.
Okay, and curls up and just does the best he can to fall asleep. How sweet. How nice. How calm. Just listen to that music for a moment. Raerin's just closing his eyes, fading, allowing the warmth of this place to kind of take over. It's actually kind of comfortable. I mean, sure, he's sleeping on a bit of a rock, but he slept in worse places. It's nice. He falls asleep and falls deep into his sleep. It's not so bad. Then he's woken up. Fortitude save. Oh, you make it. Raerin's woken up suddenly, choking and hacking, and easily coughs out the slime that's crawled itself into his mouth. When he wakes up, he realizes that the slime that he had power washed away, it didn't stay gone. It came and made its way back up to where he is. Kind of like how once again referring to like the Zerg area, how that kind of grows out as you're need additional pylons. As you continue building outwards, the slime kind of crawled back and he himself became part of what it was growing over and crawling over. Eventually crawled over all of his arms and legs, body, around his head, or onto his face and into his mouth, covering up his nose, literally suffocating him. And he just kind of wakes up suddenly and starts starts coughing out the slime to the point where he literally is like hacking up and spitting it out like loogies. It is nasty, and oh my god, does it taste horrible. Looking down at yourself, you realize two things. One, ew, I'm covered in this stuff. It's gross. And two, you didn't get enough sleep. God, honestly, how long were you asleep for? An hour? Maybe 2? But you also realize one final thing. Where am I? Oh no. You no longer have that map in your head.
It was gonna happen.
Having only gotten an hour, maybe 2 or 3 or whatever it was, hours of sleep, what's Raerin do as he wakes?
Lots of different colors of slime, right?
For the most part, it's that like kind of greenish yellowish color that I described the other guy before being, but there are different colors of slime here and there. There's little pools that have a bit of a reddish to it, little pools have a bit of a purple, little pools have a little bit of a blue. We all know that the best part is the purple part because it's my favorite color. Eat it, it's good.
Raerin is going to begin testing the taste of the various slimes.
Wait, is he actually gonna go? Yeah.
If he needs to survive here, there's no point waiting till he's nearly dying.
Okay. You didn't bring rations with you? Oh, of course not. Sorry, that's you let plebs like Ilen carry them, right? With his feebly arms.
He might have some rations. I don't know. I need to look through. It doesn't look like it. It's not looking hot on that front. But luckily, slime is extremely nutritious and an excellent mode for both fluid and calories to get into him. Unfortunately, he will also start shitting slime, but
to be fair, with his diet, it probably comes out that way anyways.
What do you mean with his diet?
You know.
Excuse me?
We all know Raerin's very much a McDonald's goer.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Oh, yeah.
Only late at night when he's like binging after selling loads of souls.
Yeah, which is like daily.
Excuse me,
Listen,
once.
It could be worse. One is a Taco Bell eater.
We don't have that over here.
Oh, good for you. Probably because it's not legal. I bet it wouldn't be legally defined as food where you are.
Like guns.
Also not legally defined as food.
It depends how you're feeling.
Anyways.
That is dark.
So you start going around and tasting a bunch of the different slimes. Could you roll me a fortitude save, please?
Yes. Nice. I roll so bad or so good. I either roll like an 18 or like well under 10.
This one's for you, Green. So when you go over to the slimes, you start touching them. The first one that you walk up to...
Not live slimes. Come on.
I imagine you have fondling creatures that are moving about. Which, by the way,
No.
you have seen 0.
Oh. Wait, so I abandoned my only friend?
Only friend.
I should have stuck with the lackey.
Which right, Tesh burned his only friend and killed the other one. Then he cuddled with some plants, so it's okay.
I don't even have plants to cuddle with. I have slime.
So you go walking up to the first goopy area, and you just kind of like, so it's like a bit of like a red film to it, and you kind of like touch it, and you're like, oh, well, experimentation. Oh, it's the way of progress. Touching into the one slime and pressing it to your mouth, it is the reddish kind of slime. It is literally burning, like almost like ghost pepper style. It's literally burning your mouth as it's like there's something wrong there. As you realize, oh, the alkaline nature of this is too much. Too much. It's too alkaline. You start spitting it out, so on and so forth. Once again, Raerin's not stupid. He's actually quite keen, so he doesn't need to roll a check for this one. He realizes pretty quickly that this burning he's having is in fact the alkaline nature. Does he have anything acidic on him to try to base it out? Try to neutralize it? I carry lemons.
I am not casting acid splash in my mouth. It is alkaline. He's going to stick his fingers further down his throat and vomit acid out to neutralize it.
Oh, that's pretty good. So he sticks his fingers down his throat, and I mean, Raerin does strike me as a binge and purge kind of person. So he starts getting all bulimic on us. And he spends a couple of moments vomiting into the slime.
That's the line.
Vomiting into the slime, and allowing the acid to help neutralize the burning sensation that he has. Oh boy. So that luckily saves him from that. And he's like, all right, I know that the red is extremely alkaline. Let's avoid that moving forward. Goes over to the purple one, and he kind of dips his fingers into that one and touches it to his tongue.
Well, let's just hold off and wait for a moment with it on my fingers, because if it's actually extremely alkaline, it'll turn the fat in my fingers to soap rather than eating it.
You wait a few moments, nothing happens. And then eventually you press it to your mouth and you realize this one tastes tasteless. No flavor at all. No burning sensation. No gross aftertaste. It's
a horrific texture.
It's like porridge that sat there for too long and hardened, and then you like added more water to it just to like make it edible.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
And it's like it's like lukewarm.
Yep.
Tasty 20 degrees.
20 degrees is quite cold, actually.
Yeah, it probably is actually on the
20 degrees
on the old mouth.
It's 12 degrees below
probably
below freezing.
Like 40 or something. Yeah.
40 is just above freezing, still quite cold.
Well, yeah, but we're like in a fantasy world.
I just mean like my refrigerator's at 42. So
why would we use such a robust and realistic system when we're in a fantasy world? Come on, Scar. Why don't we like just be fanciful and use something that's like easily interpretable?
Because it was written in America. Oh, hello. Excuse me 1 second.
Did you guys see that booty as he got up? Do you think he's packing a slime parasite down there? Holy shit.
I got my slime treats right here. So, anyways.
Oh, yeah, purple slime. So it seems like purple slime's the thing to eat.
Yep. Purple slime is seems safe for you to eat, and then there's of course a blue slime that's available as well.
Let's do the old finger test and then the taste test afterwards if the finger test goes well.
So you dip your fingers into the blue slime and you let it sit there for a couple moments. Nothing seems to happen, and you raise it to your mouth and you're about to eat it. Roll me a perception check.
Oi, cook! Don't go eat me!
You notice as you raise it to your mouth to eat it, it quivers slightly and almost seems to be like depressing, like it's moving away.
I'm not gonna eat the poor little guy. I Raerin like go, sorry, and then like wipe his fingers on the slimy floor.
It just puts more slime onto your hand.
Yeah, but not blue slime, right?
Oh, so not blue slime. Yes, you wipe it onto the yellowish greenish slime. Those are the colors that you happen to see here. There are bits that are a bit more yellow and bits that are a bit more green, but I don't know if you want to continue experimenting with those.
Purple seems good. Purple
Okay.
seems good. Right, let's see.
I've played Slime Rancher. You have to take their poop. It's valuable.
I would I'd like to scoop an amount of purple slime into my mess tin.
Mm-hmm.
Adjust its flavor with prestidigitation,
Mm-hmm.
so it tastes like chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to eat an amount, please.
Sure, absolutely. And so you eat an amount of the slime that's there. I mean, honestly, again, it's flavorless. Oh no, now it has flavor.
Tastes like chicken.
It's just a texture that's like it's chicken tasting old porridge.
Maybe I should have gone with a bad choice. Maybe honey.
I think to prestidigitation, you could also change the temperature too, so you can warm it up.
You can, yeah. So I could turn it into warm. I could actually turn it into warm porridge.
Makes it quite tolerable. Do you eat your fill?
No, I'm gonna have a small meal before it gives me those virulent shits on the planet.
You have a bit of the slime, and you're okay. You continue to do what, Raerin? How do you pass your time?
Blue slime doesn't seem to want to be eaten by me. Does blue slime reactively move away from me? Or is it only when I attempt to do it, eat?
It was only that one time thus far. But if you're just like standing there, it doesn't seem to notice or care.
If I cool blue slime, does it get harder?
I would say all the slimes do, but
They adjust with temperature.
To be clear, you would have to cool it rather considerably, because yeah.
Okay. Let me check a spell briefly.
Hentai plane? Jesus.
You're all filth.
Seriously.
And this is why I sent all of your souls to hell.
Just giving him a moment.
Raerin would hazard a guess that the Arbiter does not classify as a creature right now.
The Arbiter is not a creature.
That's what I thought.
He's a god. We discussed this.
But the Shivanic Deva is a creature.
Mm-hmm.
Can he use his Ring of Sending to send it a message? It has a 5% chance of failing or not arriving if it's not on the same plane of existence.
I'm cool with that if you're cool with Joey being the one that rolls D100.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Raerin would send it a message
Joey.
And say, if you could pass a message to the Arbiter, it would be greatly appreciated. I am stuck on the slime plane at the moment. Hoping you're well. Kiss, kiss. Obviously, he doesn't do the kiss, kiss. Come on.
Wow. Joey, I said don't roll yet. Don't mind Joey. He's hard of hearing.
Useless.
Never mind.
Let's go for 90, 95 to 100 is the fail.
Awesome. And we'll have Green roll this time. Green, you can roll D100.
Don't ruin me, Green. Come on. Yeah, he didn't do the kiss because he ran out of words. Oh, you just got to do an exclamation mark.
You forgot the exclamation mark.
Woo! That was close.
Mm-hmm.
That was alarmingly close.
It was. All right. So, you sir, send your message. Sending. And you said, can you inform the Arbiter that I'm on the slime plane, so on and so forth?
He does say please.
Please. And the creature responds saying, you found yourself into the muck. Let's hope you can find yourself unstuck. Good luck.
What a rhyme. That is glorious. You know what? He has heard another living creature.
Wow,
he's a little bit
rolled.
He's a little bit heartened by that. Lol. I mean, the creature also spoke in rhymes, which is somewhat amusing. But also, it's not the scathing indictment that the angels have previously given to him. So I think he's going to take a bit of hope from that.
I gotta stop looking at chat because now Josh is.
Yeah. There we go. I'm leaving that.
Walking away. So, you say that one more time about the sorry.
You hungry? Yeah. Oh, damn, there's no purple slime around. Don't worry. Got a storage container. There's brown slime in my purple slime. Oh, don't worry about it. A little bit of prestidigitation. Wow.
Now the color's uniform. Don't worry about it. It's like the old oatmeal. that we used to have when we were kids, where you could like stir it and like make colors, like the rainbow color. Anyways, so
that's cute.
Yeah, it was
Probably
very sugary.
horrific for you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was dinosaur eggs that were more or less compressed sugar. They were different colors, so as you stirred the dinosaur eggs would turn into different colors that would swirl.
Oh, that's kind of cute, though.
Little candies in the shape of dinosaurs inside the dinosaur eggs. Yeah, it was terrible for you.
Sounds like something you get a full out.
Yeah, anybody who was born in the 70s or 80s was raised with lots of sugar in their childhood.
Wait, were you born in the 70s or 80s?
I was born in 85, yes, sir.
Jesus.
Lots of sugar. Early 90s probably too, but
Yeah.
lots of sugar. My daughter does not get that much sugar. But anyways,
this is currently the least slimy place he's found, right?
correct.
And it's quite high altitude.
Comparatively, yes.
Let's just have a brief look. How long does that last? Okay. Raerin is not going to bother moving any slime this time. And he's going to once again attempt to get some rest. And this time he's also going to cast a bladed barrier around him. So
Okay.
he's got invisible layers of solid force surrounding him.
Nice.
And that lasts for 9 hours.
I just want to point out that that Unspeakable is flexing his boomer. Just thought that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Point out. But yeah, so you put that on you, and you're gonna lie down and try to get some rest, some legitimate.
I'm gonna
rest.
roll. Let's roll hit die now.
Hey!
1.
Hey!
A solid 1.
Is that for your level up?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, guys. Hey, guys, you don't have to let him re-roll. That's okay. He can sit with that 1. And
I don't want a 1.
You don't want 1? Is that why he's gone? Poor Jake. Rip Jake. Yeah. So nobody's. Oh, fuck you, Anno. You can
Thanks, Anno.
That's okay. It's okay because Viking Magoo also gave you 1,
Oh, thank you.
and that's
My
okay
God.
because Steve also gave you the 3rd and final one that was sent.
Why can't I roll hit dice?
Roll.
I actually can't.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
Oh, thank God. Thank
He is-
you, everybody,
he is
for that.
Max.
That was a team effort to overcome my inability to roll hit dice. That right there reminds me heavily of... Do you remember on, what was it, Argent campaign? Where Stars Without Number, where Ian was like the ship's gunnery officer? And he just could not roll to save his life. So he had like this one ship combat. Do you remember this, Scott? And it went on for like half an hour with us not hitting this little baby ship because Ian just cannot roll.
It was garbage. He kept rolling like I think it was what 2d6, and he kept rolling like 3 or something like that.
It
couldn't
was
pierce their
abysmal.
hull. Like even if
Ian
he
is-
hit it, he couldn't pierce their hull.
Ian is impressively good at rolling badly. And if you notice over the years, his builds have changed for his characters. They often include ways to just take numbers or have stupidly high skill modifiers. Or at the moment in 5e, he's running Elven Accuracy, so he rolls triple advantage on some attacks. You know, like anything he can get.
With the lucky feet.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
Anyways, so you try to spend the night once again.
Yep.
Once again, I need a fortitude save from you.
Wait, it gets through invisible layers of force?
Maybe.
No, I vote no, it doesn't. 15.
Are you happy with your 15?
I'm gonna love this one.
Look, you had more dice than you thought you did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Steve was nice to you earlier. Thank you, Steve.
I
He's
still
also the
need
one
to
that
not.
gave you the
Yeah,
reroll.
thank you. I still need to not use too many so I don't fuck Jake out.
Wow. He just keeps saying the same thing. Maybe these dice won't actually you. Ouch, unspeakable. So anyways, you when you finally wake up, you wake up the same as before, where you're kind of like coughing out the slime, but it came to you, it crawled over your face and into your lungs and whatnot much, much slower than last time. It had a much harder time to do so. So you were once again able to successfully cough it out as you wake up, but this time it's been a full night's sleep. You actually legitimately got a full night's sleep.
Can we just point out?
And you got a win for wisdom.
Raerin, and I got one, thank you. Raerin manages to sleep while this thing slides down his fucking throat into his lungs. Have you had anything go down your throat into your lungs? that wakes you up. You don't sleep through that.
Moves very
if you
slowly.
do sleep through that, you're usually dying.
Moves very slowly, very cautiously, and it's the perfect temperature.
The perfect. Get out of here.
The next day, you wake up. You, of course, do a little bit of studying. You get your spells back, and what do? Just continue to wait?
No. He's had time now. He's had time. Let's get a bladed barrier because that was useful. What else should I go for? Sorry, I'm just sorting out my spelly use. I just need to sort my spells, Mr. Scott.
We'll just wait for you. It's okay.
Thanks.
Everybody's on standby.
That's very kind of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you know your place.
It's 2 steps left of evil.
I approve of that. I don't know what to take there. Let's just take that. Right. Okay. I am good. Right. Let's go. So Raerin's gonna get up. He's going to. Let's adjust this as well. That and put on that. So first off, let's. Raerin gets up. He's going to have some breakfast. He's going to scoop up an amount of purple slime, but no. Time to change it up. He's going to ray of frost it and then have it like a popsicle, which he flavors.
You suck that purple slime.
Which he flavors purple raspberry. Please stop with the hashtag anti-play. Oh god.
Yummy.
And then he is going to freeze a section of 4 slime and scratch a rune into it with his quill. And he's going to cast a spell.
Ooh. It takes a while to finish the spell, but then all of a sudden the thing gets summoned, it gets pulled from whatever plane it is that this comes from. Oops, sorry, I clicked that by accident, my apologies. I literally just clicked the word concentration, which is at the bottom of the word under a phantom steed by accident. Continuing on, so it takes some time, but wherever this creature comes from, it does come through. It actually, first you see it glooping up like ooze, glooping up from the rune, but then the ooze kind of gets shed off of it, almost like it was kind of slothing the layer of skin or whatever. And there it stands before you, and it's correct me if I'm wrong. Do we do like a dark purplish color, or what color do you do for the steed?
I don't know.
I mean, it says Phantom Steed is a black head, body, and blah,
yeah,
blah, blah. It's whatever you'd like.
I hadn't really considered. I like to imagine that as he begins the summoning, it's a reflective spell. You know, there's a brief whiff of brimstone before it comes through in the sort of black, dark energies of the negative plane.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And as of level 8, I think it can walk on water, right?
No, not quite, unfortunately.
Oh, level 10?
Let me... Level 10 or something? Level 12 it can walk on water. Yeah, 12th level it can... Oh, it can air walk at will.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Water walk. So at 10th level, the mount can use water walk at will. So 8th, it can ride over sandy, muddy, or even swampy ground without difficulty or decrease in speed.
There you go. Cool. So that would work here. This is, Borderline watery, borderline muddy, depending on the scenario. So half the time it can move at full speed, and half the time it can move at a reduced speed. Otherwise, it lasts for 9 hours. This is a spell that really Tess should have grabbed, but it lasts for 9 hours, and you can move at ridiculously high speeds. Is it 90 feet per round? Is that what its speed is? 90?
1 sec, let me check.
10 pounds per caster level and 20 feet per 2 caster levels. So
20 per 2, and I've got 9.
So that's 8. 8 times 2 is 160. So it has a speed of 160.
What, you mean I'm running or something?
Oh, no, sorry. Per 2 caster levels, so that's 4.
20, yeah,
8 times 4 is my apologies. 2
80.
times 4 is 80 foot speed. It doesn't have the run feat, but it can still double move for 160. So it can still move considerably fast. So you hop onto the steed. It's one of those things. You climb on top of it. You give it a good pet on the mane or whatever, and yeah, you are able to just kind of like Kah! And head off. So you which direction are you heading, sir?
So I know that the red slime is alkaline. Heavily alkaline.
Heavily.
I need to head in a direction where it becomes less and less alkaline. Because the less and less alkaline it is, the more and more dilute it is. Therefore, the closer I may be to some form of elemental water energy. If you follow my...
I 100% follow your logic. It makes sense to me. How are you going to try to discern this?
Raerin is going to have to dip his fingers in.
Every time he finds red slime for like head in the direction for a while and wait till it burns?
Yep.
Okay.
I can't think of any other way to figure it, because it's not magic. It's a property that it has.
Correct. So does he actually have the alchemy skill? I unfortunately don't think he does have the alchemy skill.
He does not.
There's your answer. So you continue traveling. You pick a... Go ahead.
He does have craft armor.
Okay.
And he has metal buckles.
Okay.
Metal bits. Would he know how metal would react to how alkaline something is?
I honestly don't know what happens if you put...
You quench in acid sometimes, but you don't quench in alkaline.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not entirely sure what would happen if you took, like, let's say an iron nut or something like that and you threw it into...
yeah, or like a crossbow bolt or something like that.
Yeah, which would be steel, right? You would dip that inside something deeply alkaline. I honestly don't know what the reaction would be to that.
Neither do I.
Yeah. Anybody in chat now? Or do you want to Google that real quick? Dip steel inside.
Well, they might be iron, to be honest, if they're crossbow bolt heads, but steel and alk.
Oxidization.
Steel, alkaline, corrosion. So rust is basic in nature, so that means that base is alkaline, right? When you submerge a base in water, it becomes alkaline. Or is that acid? It's been too long since I've done chemistry.
Well, base and alkaline are almost interchangeable, right?
Well, base is a solid.
Yeah.
Alkaline, if I'm thinking right. What does chat say?
Well, something that's alkaline is very low on the pH scale, something that's acidic is very high.
Oxidation and staining. Yes, so we could dip in crossbow bolt, and you can scratch off that layer of rust as well, so you could repeatedly use the same bit of metal.
In theory, okay.
And that way I don't have to melt my fingers off.
All right, so you are going to continue like kind of rushing forward and trying to see if you can find this. You spend the better part of your day doing this. Unfortunately, to no avail. No change with each pool that you go into. You choose one direction and you just continue riding in that way. As the day kind of comes to a close, what do you do next?
Needs to find a source of purple slime.
Mm-hmm. You, of course, I imagine, grabbed some and brought it with you too, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But you find a source that you know that is going to be safe. You look around for that for a bit. Find an area that's going to be okay to sleep in. Unfortunately, this time you're not going to be as quite high risen of an area as before.
Yeah,
But
sleeping is a problem, isn't it? But I can't think of how to deal with that.
Sleep on the back of a horse?
Potentially, but it won't be there for the entire night. I don't have another
9
cast
hours
of
is a
it.
long time.
Yeah, but I don't have another cast of it prepared.
Future
Which
problems.
Which is la bummer.
I
what
thought
could
base and
I do?
outline were the same. Okay, cool. Thank you for confirming.
Yeah, they mean very similar, but in English, a base is a solid.
Yeah. No,
So it can be a basic liquid, but
I don't know.
you don't refer to it in that way in chemistry.
I haven't.
If I recall correctly.
I haven't done chemistry in fucking years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, my most experience in chemistry, because I never took a chemistry class, was I used to be a lab aide for other students that were doing various experiments and whatnot. And this is going back 16 years. 17 years ago, I was a lab aide for other students doing stuff. So I would kind of set up all their experiments. So I had to like learn the pH levels of all the different ingredients and set this up, and because I had to like be safety protocol person. But God, you go back so long. I remember I used to have to know, or at least I learned because I thought it was cool, why it is that like hydrochloric acid doesn't affect glass and stuff. I honestly don't remember anymore. But anyways, continue.
Cool when you're younger, though.
What's your plan here, sir? How are you going to sleep at night?
Yeah, I've got some barbed bolts. So if I hammer, because there is solid material underneath the slime, if I hammer in a couple of bolts and then literally like string a equivocal hammock, a rope hammock, but I might have to try and weave that.
I don't know if you have enough material for it.
Yeah, I don't think I do. So it'd literally just be like a bare bones rope. A couple of ropes in between a couple of bolts to try and keep him off the floor. Yeah, he can do that. He can do that because he's got a bedroll.
So you want to try to do that?
So he's trying to sling his bedroll between these two pinion points.
Okay. Bolts aren't very tall, so you'd probably have to use 4 of them to try to like spread out the weight a bit so it doesn't dip too low. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you have too much of a dip to it. Even if you pull it kind of wider that way. So you end up using 4 bolts for it. That's fine. I'd allow you to do this. To do it, honestly, all you have to do is roll for me a strength check to properly get the bolts inside the ground without breaking them. Went swimmingly. You easily are able to do so, and you spend the night sleeping. Could you do me a favor?
Yep.
Roll me a fortitude save.
Oh, and I would, because I've got it prepared, I would cast a bladed barrier again as well, because that helped. And that
Roll me a fortitude save. Beautiful. So, everything that you're doing here is making it harder and harder for the slime to kind of get up on you and get into you. It still does, but it's reducing the DC considerably, which is good news. So you still wake up hacking and coughing and spitting out once again these loogies of slime that are kind of down your throat, which is nasty. But you do once again spend the night and once again wake up with a film of slime over your little, what are they called, crossbow bolts, over your pack and all over your body and your face, and which wakes you up, unfortunately. The morning you wake up again, And I imagine you eat some more of your purple slime. This time, how do you eat it? What's your flavor?
It's gonna go for banana.
All right. Banana flavored slime. Nice. I mean, it has a bit of a mushy texture to it anyway, so it's almost like a mashed up banana. It's like baby food.
Yeah. Just close your eyes and you're back home.
That's right. Back to suckling from mommy's teeth, right? So you
Wait,
sir,
you got mushed banana from your mum's?
I was an American born in the 80s. That means I was fed from formula.
I too was fed from formula.
Oh, Brittany did not like that comment. She's yelling at me. Said it was gross. You don't understand, Brittany. You don't know what's going on. You don't know my life.
You are gross.
Anyways, so you, sir.
Perfect.
What?
Sorry, I'm just fixing. I'm working out. All right, I'm getting there. I'm a wizard, but I'm slow.
Okay.
Carry on.
So you eat your slime in the morning, and do you rinse and repeat? Do you prepare? I imagine two castings of the horse today.
No, he's only gonna prepare the one.
Okay, and then he starts riding again. I imagine the same direction. He can easily remember which direction he went last time. That's not hard for him to recall. So he remembers the same direction and continues riding that way, seeing if there's a change. Occasionally stops to have a snack, but eventually has to end for the evening and sits down in the evening, has his dinner, and starts contemplating where it is that he got here. It's been days since he was brought here, and nothing has happened thus far.
Yep, this is all part of the challenge. So Raerin's gonna use floating disc for Betty Buys tonight. Eh?
Doesn't the disc have to technically fall behind you?
No.
Is that how it works? It follows behind you?
No, it maintains a constant interval of 5 feet between itself and you. But it's not incorporeal.
I didn't say it was incorporeal.
So all I have to do is walk with it next to me, and I need to herd it next to a wall, and then rodeo.
Rodeo. Yeah!
Welcome to the Wild West, boys!
See, like, if you cast that and, like, one cast that, you guys could each make discs for each other.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. But then you couldn't cuddle. You just have to outstretch arms.
A little love nest.
Yeah. But anyways, you in theory, you can't really ride your own floating disc. That's why there was a different version of floating disc that we created for Eberron campaigns.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't say that I can't. It maintains a constant interval of 5 feet between itself and me. Okay. But if there is a wall there, it cannot do that.
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. Well, it maintains a constant interval of 5 feet. Yeah, so Raerin gets smart. He casts a spell, and he's like, I know there's limitations to that. I'm not a fool. He goes over to near a wall and casts a spell. Then he backs up to the wall. And
like
then he goes
cat pouncing.
And then he goes and he jumps on it. But right as he jumps on it, the thing flips around and goes 5 feet away from him that way. And he's like, no! No!
That little bastard! What?
He's supposed to be 5 feet away behind me. But now it's 5 feet there. And you're like, you mother... All right, try it again. You turn. You get it poised up.
No, I tell you what. This is fine. This is fine. 5 feet.
The buck on a string gag.
This also makes it moves, but try to take this more than 3 feet away.
Josh, while he's reading, you know that $1 that you gave Rory that day? I don't even remember why you gave her $1, but you gave her $1. Do you know that that $1 became like one of her best friends? Like every balloon she had, it got clipped inside the clippy part of a balloon. She brought it with her like everywhere for a while because she had money and stuff like that. So eventually I gave her a few more dollars just so she'd have some more. And she's like, oh, I have all these monies. I'm going to put them in my piggy bank. But she never put them in her piggy bank. And since she has $4 now, she just like leaves sitting there so she can play with with it, and she leaves it like in her car seat when we go for like drives and stuff, just so she has the money, just in case. Anyways, it was yeah. You made my daughter addicted to money. No, just kidding. It was pretty cute though.
Yeah, I thought about that, Anno, but it says it has to be 3 feet from the surface beneath it. Right?
Oh, that's
but what
yeah.
if it's turned sideways, like you just told me it can? The surface beneath it is a wall, right?
No. I didn't say it turned sideways. I said it went whoop.
You said it turned.
Like it moved.
You said it turned. Don't you pull this?
I said it flipped. Maybe like flip to the other side of you. Like
you know this disc has got Scott's face.
You're like, and you went, huh.
Oh, this bastard thing. It's useless spell. I'm deleting it from my spell book. No, I'm not, but effectively am.
He just rubs some red slime onto it.
Well, I guess I'm trying the old bolt and bedroll business. Like last night.
Okay. You could anchor the bedroll to it.
What do you mean?
Well, the bedroll had to be anchored onto the ground before. Maybe if the bedroll is partially anchored onto a wall and partially anchored to this thing, it's well above the ground.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the partial. Yeah, all right.
There you go.
And also, when it runs out, it'll wake me up because I'll go slide against the wall. So I wake up that way after 9 hours sleep instead of going. Yeah, he'll do that, and he'll cast a bladed barrier again.
At least he has real flavor. Nice. So you that's perfectly fine. Ablative barrier. You set up your bedroll. You do all that fun stuff, and you spend the night. In the morning, you wake up, and you have your breakfast again, and you did not choke out.
Oh! You want some purple slime?
I bet it does. Filthy animal.
No. What's that? You've got some brown slime for Scott? Oh, good girl.
You just
gonna go make that for you.
She got embarrassed. She ran off.
It's like, Dad.
Like, don't tell anybody I got a stomach problem. Jeez. I like milk. Leave me alone.
All right, rinse and repeat.
So then you continue traveling the same way, and a day passes. And another day. And another day. Has it been a week? It's been less than a week?
Hey, wait a minute. I know, time's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
I'm in a dodgy plane, and time's fucked up. I'm going to use the Ring of Sending to send to Momig. Pre-God Momig.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, look, I'm perhaps reaching a little to send this to you. I'm hoping it reaches you before you become an actual god. I'm trapped in the slime plane.
Out of words.
He's going to cast another send. I'm trapped in the slime plane, and I need a rescue. Please remember when you're a god and you're fighting your god war. Thank you.
I think that's it. You might have enough.
He just gets thank.
Okay. You cast those spells. You don't get responses.
That's fine. Timey-wimey stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When Kroll gets on there, sorts that stuff out, they'll go exactly where they need to go. Back in time.
Sure, of course, yeah. So anyways, you wake up in the morning again, you eat your slime again, you create your horse again, and you start traveling again. The good news is you found a way to wake up sometimes covered in slime and sometimes not, which is good news. Yeah, well, sometimes it does creep down the wall of whatever wall is nearby or whatever you end up pinning it to, and gets to you. But it never seems to creep from the side that actually has the disc, which means that you put your head on the disc side, and you're usually not getting choked out by slime. Occasionally, it might get to you, depending on maybe you're a bit lax in setting up that evening.
I developed a taste for it this time.
I like it when it's down my throat. So you
In Soviet slime plane. I eat slime.
yeah. You know eat slime, slime eat you. No. So you 2 weeks pass? 3?
Ooh, 2 weeks. Oh.
You're not sure. Honestly, it's really hard to keep track of days because you
Okay,
sleep for
when
an
I
amount of
think
time. You sleep for an amount of time, and you're awake for an amount of time, but you don't have an ability to track hours, and you can't see the sunrise or the sunset. You don't really know how many days are passing or
It's
aren't
like the
passing.
Minecraft Nether, but full of slime.
Yes, exactly like that.
Yes, fellow gamers.
Yes, yes, fellow people that want to play video games like it's 1989. Yes, exactly like that. Okay,
I
set on the
love that
disc,
idea, Josh.
but attach a rope to you and the disc. Run at the disc, and then slide on your belly. Since the disc will constantly move away from you, it will pull you like a slip and slide direction.
Well, I enjoy.
Oh, Raerin the penguin. Nice. So, what do you do after weeks, I guess, pass?
Raerin's gonna once again use that ring of sending. He's sitting there, right? It's the evening. He's sitting in front of a campfire. It's not a campfire. He has no fuel. But it's what he wishes was a campfire. He's just eaten like his pink slime goodness.
Purple. Or would you change the color too?
Sometimes he likes to spice it up.
Yeah, you know, I like eating that pink slime. I got you.
Wow. His imaginary friend Daelric is here. He always asks for white slime every single time. It's so strange. He's going to he's going to give the ring a twist to cast sending.
Okay. To who?
Phaedril. Are you alive?
D100 chat. Go ahead, sir.
I'm in the slime plane. You might remember that it has something to do with you.
Time passes. Then you hear back. That's where you went. I've been searching for you all over this cursed place. God, I hate your land and your people. I wish and then the spell ends.
Raerin would really excitedly cast again. I can't believe how happy I am to hear your detestable little voice. Can you get me out of here? Is there a way out of here? There is a way out of here. I know a way,
Spells to limit. Respond saying, detestable, huh? Perhaps when you are more willing to play nicely, then I'd be willing to try to save you. Get over yourself, Raerin. Exactly 25 words! Yes!
Raerin would use the final cast for today and say, I have been eating and shitting slime for the past 3 weeks. I am relatively over myself.
And then you hear back, hello, Raerin. But it catches you off guard.
Because
It's
he's
not in
right
your
behind
mind.
me!
It's behind you.
Hello.
You turn around. It was Phaedril you were hoping to see. But it's not Phaedril that you find. Standing in the muck and looking about, one of its clawed fingers reaching out and scratching the stone, and a bit of the slime going down its, again, clawed finger. You see a particular devil standing before you. Not a bone devil anymore, as we've discussed many times, but a barbed devil. Hello, Raerin.
Hello. Phaedral not coming, I suppose.
Phaedral can't traverse without aid. But I can communicate with him.
Part of the boons, was information. How do I get out of here? This is not a boon. Part of the deal.
He looks about and says, no.
You refuse the agreement.
That is not how the agreement went. And he takes a couple of steps. There's a sloshing noise behind his big, heavy, barbed foot as he's walking. And once again, kind of like dragging a finger along the wall, scratching it as he goes. Seems quite nice, doesn't it?
It is lovely.
Enjoying your stay?
You tell me.
How does it taste?
Where does your plane sit?
Far, far, far from here.
Apparently the souls that you were given were destined for this realm.
That's someone else's problem.
Yes, it's my problem. There are no living creatures here. Where do these souls go?
Well, usually they sit and rest until the plane has need for them. But occasionally, hapless adventurers come by and have a mouthful or two. How does it taste, Raerin?
That's not possible. There's no reason that you're merely trying to disturb me.
Sure.
Raerin, make a knowledge planes check. Is that possible? Or an insight, whatever, a sense motive, like...
Sense motive to see if he's lying. Knowledge planes, know about the planes.
I'd like to make a knowledge planes, please.
You are not sure. You can't get a read on him. He's clearly enjoying this situation too much for you to get a read on him. So you are welcome to make a knowledge planes check. Wow. Well, this is like my favorite session ever. Favorite session ever. Ever. Oh, I love it. Oh, he's so happy. Oh. So Chloe, I said thank you. Thank you for letting me torture you. It makes my life happy. So, you have no idea. You honestly have no idea.
Ah! Raerin doesn't want to eat souls!
Oh.
Part of the agreement was that Phaedra would provide me with information.
Understood.
He can't provide me with information if I am not near him.
Also true.
I need him here.
I'm sure you feel that way. That's not why I'm here.
Raerin would draw his sword.
Amusing. This is the only time I stand before you. Which way would you like it to go, Raerin?
Well, I'm waiting to see why you're here.
You're here for a reason. They want you to try to take them back.
You don't want that.
Keen as ever. Shall we up the ante?
Jesus. What are you suggesting?
I cannot just simply scoop and leave. That is not how it works. I'm no demon, which is why I'm able to stand here right now without this place actively trying to destroy me. The whole plane itself would act like the immune system in your body against a parasite or virus if I were something else. But I'm not. So I stand before you, someone who does have the ability to scoop. I mean, you've already had quite a few scoops, haven't you?
So while the immune system doesn't recognize you as an enemy, the eyes might.
Possibly. I imagine I'm not exactly a welcome guest. But that's neither my problem nor yours.
Speak plainly.
I want more, Raerin. And you seem to be a pretty easy way to get my hands on it. Things are changing. Right now. Things are shifting. For many. Including mine. I think when everything settles, we'll be doing pretty well. But that doesn't change the fact that the better positions you are, the better positions you will be. I look to seat myself quite comfortably before the change.
Before the change. You mean what the Arbiter is doing now?
There's not any one side at play. There are many doing many things.
And which side are you on?
My own. But that doesn't mean it can't be mutually beneficial, can it?
Yes, it's worked out very mutually beneficial for me now, hasn't it?
How did you get here? Was it by my doing?
Some might say.
And they'd be being dishonest. You have boons. You choose not to use them. That's your own choice. You paid the price. Take your reward. But that's not what I'm here to discuss now. I'm here to discuss what could be. You are being punished for what you did. Us creatures that don't live where you come from understand mortality. And the fact that it is fleeting. The fact that every passing moment burns a mortal when it is not past doing what they wish to do. Whether it be sitting idly by, waiting, or participating in a task that they just absolutely despise, mundane work.
That is not why I did it. I did it to save lives.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you, here, now. You think the wait is over? The wait's only barely begun. Years could pass before you're even approached by the first creature. You'll be on your knees, begging for whatever small semblance of aid they can provide to you, whatever penance you could have. You don't want to waste your prime years like that, do you? How old are you?
You know how old I am.
And I know how quickly those years flee. One day you'll be 35, graying in the beard, going, fuck, I'm a boomer. And then you'll be 44. And then in your 50s, you're not blessed like the Perrin. You're not blessed like the Lopers. You're not blessed like the rest. You fade.
I could be blessed.
Could be.
I could be blessed, and in doing so, I could wait as long as I need here and deny you your goal while achieving mine.
Or, if it's known that waiting doesn't matter, perhaps the wait will be made shorter. Because they won't care. Because you won't care.
What are you suggesting?
I want more, Raerin.
I did so. I did what I did when I was presented with the needs of many individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Not that of myself. There are many lines I have crossed, many lines I probably will cross, but I will not put my needs ahead of my people.
You're very right. Valrin is doing exceedingly well without any of its leadership there. I'm sure the slumbering queen is taking a nap in your absence.
She's not a bad person. Do you think I am so paranoid? I may not like her. I may not like the way she does things, but she is not a bad person. But you, I can tell you were a bad person.
Were?
Maybe that's too meta. Raerin might not know that. Because
Some
Raerin's read a lot about.
some devils were born at the beginning of time.
Weren't. Yeah. We'll break.
We'll work on that out. Yeah, that's fine. Queen Elliot? Queen Elliot? Oh, cool, Queen Elliot.
Valerian is lessened, but it is not alone. We spent many years, many months, putting people in the right places. Good people. Skilled people. Some people may suffer in this transition, but more people would suffer if you get what you desire.
You feel how you must. I present to you a small gift. Do with it as you please. Understand that this gift may be filled by you but it may be emptied by either of us. Red. It's the most dense.
I presume he pulls out some form of horrific container.
It's actually not even necessarily horrific. It literally just looks like a small backpack.
Man, I wonder how many fireballs I can fit in there. So I'm like, here are your cells. And he's like...
This container is unique because it could traverse multiple steps. You have a bag with you, yes? That touches the astral plane.
No.
Wait, pocket plane, pocket dimension. Pocket dimension is inside the astral plane, is it not?
I don't have a pocket dimension.
Yeah, you have a Heber's anti-haversack, don't you? Oh, you don't have a Heber's anti-haversack?
No.
Oh, my apologies. Never mind. I take the record on that one out. That was my mistake. He says, this bag is unique because it can traverse multiple steps. It goes from here to the ethereal, to the astral, and then beyond.
To your plane.
It's accessible.
What do you call your plane?
Home. And he reaches out with his big clawed hands to hand you the pack. The gift is given without pretense. But its contents, I'm only interested in one. You don't disappoint me. I won't disappoint you.
I will consider what you said.
And you will be shielded from retaliation.
Can I contact you through Phaedril, should I need?
You know his name.
One day I might know yours.
Let's hope, for the sake of your mortality, you don't. Enjoy your
Raerin turns his back on him,
relaxation.
like abruptly, to be purposefully rude.
That's fine. Ha! I face the wall. It's goopy. And he says the word relaxation. And then he's gone. And you're alone again.
Fucking what a stooge. I got a right good conversation out of him that can last me another 3 months.
That's awesome. Beautiful.
Raerin would just like to uncover his bandaged devil arm.
Sure.
If he's been eating souls, then surely this would react in some way.
That thing is actually stable. It's actually quite stable.
It's not been eating souls.
Of course not. That's why. Yeah, that's why. It's quite stable. Like the magics that were used by, what's her name? Guinevere. When she healed you, she used some proper, what the hell is that place called? Maltese magics. Which, if everything that you've put together with lore so far makes sense, a Maltese magics are very similar to, if not an offshoot of mole magic, and mole magic use elemental magic, and elemental magic use soul magic. So that could make sense why it is that it's pretty stable. It's pretty damn well lit in, put in there. All right, well, Raerin stands there, having one conversation in the past 3 weeks, whatever it's been, and he's gonna have to continue to wait. Well,
Raerin has a spell.
What's that spell?
He has infused self.
He has infused planar.
He has infused self
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
This
what's
is
that?
a specific spell.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I plink it in chat for you so you can read it?
Yeah, please. I don't know this one off the top of my head.
It requires a component.
Oh. A piece of a creature you wish to assume. When you cast a spell, you assume the form of a native outsider from the following list. Ooh, Orid. No. Oh. +2 size bonus to one physical attribute of your choice. Resistance to one of our energy types. Resistance 5 to one of the choice. Ooh, interesting. So you want to infuse with a bit of the goop. He did say the red was the most dense.
No. I've got a.
Crab Kithel's jewels. Is that what you're saying, Steve?
If I infuse with the right thing, then I will be recognized by this plane as not supposed to be here and be ejected or be killed.
Well, I mean, if you have the right thing, what would the right thing be? And to answer Green in chat, it says Elemental's not on the list, but Green might not be familiar with Pathfinder's genocide. Genocide is a word that exists in D&D, and so things like fire genocide and whatnot don't exist in Pathfinder because it legally belongs to D&D. So Oriate is a water genocide. No, sorry, Undine is a water genocide. Oriate is an earth one. Sylph is a air one, and Ifrit is a fire one. Just to be clear. And then Sulis and Shaptis and whatnot. These are all different creatures, Tiefling and whatnot. Go ahead, sir. I think you're gonna have to look for something.
Yeah, that's my thinking.
Cool. Well,
but I could test it with a slime one.
With that, why don't we finish this session so I can get ready and go to work? So everybody, before I go, just so you know, next week is going to be a rather exciting session for everybody. The entire Viking, are you listening? Viking, are you there? Viking Magoo. Viking Magoo. Viking Magoo. Viking Magoo. Viking Magoo. I want to make sure everybody knows that next week, all 4 hours, solo session, Jake. Just Jake. That's next week.
You get a Jake. You get a Jake. You get a Jake. You get a kid. You get it.
You guys excited? I'll make sure I do most of the talking. Absolutely.
It's literally just gonna be a session of Scott fucking Jake over.
Well, Jake's actually appearing with in his plane with 2 and 3. Remember? He has a lot to get done.
You're telling me who he's gonna eat? Great.
You're gonna time it? Oh, Jesus.
All right. Gonna time it.
And I know Green's gonna be excited because it's gonna be our first glimpse at an outer plane. Technically, this is also our first glimpse at an inner plane today. Two inner planes, 2 glances. All right, so because the only one that matters is make sure that you swing by and check out the Test Tube at twitch.tv/the Tube to see all the things that Tesh does. Tesh is a funny variety streamer that has been absolutely crushing it lately. Hello. Aw, that's sweet. Has been absolutely crushing it lately, playing some badass games like Phasmophobia and Among Us and so on and so forth. He's also pretty cool at a couple of other things. I think he said he's going to link me some sort of image in chat from a game called Destiny, because I know he's played that before, so on and so forth. So please check out the Test Tube. Hey, everybody, just a reminder, I actually legitimately contemplated streaming tonight over on Lost Initiative because we're not playing the session tonight. We're starting next week. I legitimately contemplated streaming Lost Initiative tonight, playing some Gwent, because that might be a fun little holdover between this week and next week. And then I realized I need that time to finish getting the characters together so I can actually start the campaign on time. So let's not do that.
Play Slime Rancher.
No, Lost Initiative, different game. So anyways, but we're not doing that.
I
need the time to finish getting the characters together. So I'll catch you guys all tomorrow evening, since there will not be a stream on LI tonight for that reason. And next week we'll be starting to go live. I need to go call my mommy. Today is her birthday. So much love to mommy. And
thanks for reminding me.
So your mommy's birthday too?
No, it's your mom's birthday.
Oh, yeah. She already got your gift. Don't worry.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyways, Neil, do you want to say anything else? Because we don't really care.
Excuse me?
All right, bye, everybody. Bye. Wasn't it fun torturing Neil?
Joke's on you, Scott. My favorite consistency of food is slime.
I eat souls. I'm such a dick.